What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and the Knicks defense is bad. It's ranked 25th in the NBA, and it's the main reason they are not living up to expectations this season. And I've identified three main problems with their defense: miscommunication, dumb fouls, and Carmelo's defense. I'll address these three issues along with some other minor issues in this breakdown. Let's get to it. Let's start with miscommunication, where it's most evident on switches. So on the back screen, Melo wants to switch, but Rose isn't on the same page, so they end up leaving the screener Hayward open, and he gets a good look at three. On a simple down screen, both Noah and Baker will go out to Millsap, leaving Hardaway open. Double high ball screen, Humphries will roll to the basket and Millsap will pop, but two Knicks will go out to Millsap, a terrible miscommunication, and they leave Humphries wide open. Same play, but this time both defenders will crash down on Humphries rolling to the rim, leaving Millsap open on the pop, and he can drive and draw a foul. The Jazz will run a Gordon Hayward-Joe Johnson pick and pop, and this should be a switch every single time, and they do switch it, but Melo is late switching on to Johnson, and the play results in a dunk. I call this the late switch. Rose is delayed knowing he needs to switch on this play, so when he does realize it, he's behind the play, and this time he'll fly by Hayward, who nails a three. Simple ball screen, but the Knicks botch the coverage and leave the ball handler wide open. And oftentimes, New York doesn't switch when they should, so here Hayward will pick and pop, and the Knicks should simply switch this, but instead they don't and leave Hayward open on the pop. And they'll also switch when they shouldn't. Early in the shot clock, it's an Exum Favors pick and roll, and the Knicks switch it, allowing Favors to take advantage of the smaller matchup inside. Let's move on to dumb fouls, where the Knicks are so undisciplined, fouling jump shooters, and here Melo fouls Hayward. This time it's Kuzminskis, who comes from behind to foul Johnson. This foul right here was so stupid. They force Hayward into a tough shot, but Melo reaches in, giving up free throws. Off-ball fouls also really hurt the Knicks, and here the Jazz are in the bonus, yet Porzingis goes over the back on an entry pass. But by far, Noah is the biggest offender of these dumb fouls, and here he reaches in. He's just so handsy. Here he'll shove Schroeder, and part of it is because he's lacking in quickness, he often has to do this to keep up with the quicker players he's defending. So this time on the pick and pop, the only way for him to stay in front of Millsap is to use his hands and foul. But that's not always the case, and here he commits a ridiculous reach-in. Notice when he's defending the post, he'll put his hands right on Davis, so Davis simply swipes through, and it's a foul. And these fouls really do hurt the team. If the Pelicans are in the bonus, it's free throws, and if not, they're closer to the bonus, and here Noah simply shoves Davis. Let's talk about Carmelo's defense, who in my opinion is easily the team's worst defender. Here he jacks up a bad shot, and then in transition, he clearly should pick up Hayward, but he's late, and Hayward hits the open jumper. Another mistake in transition, Porzingis has Holiday somewhat contained, so Melo should spread out and guard Buddy Hield, one of the league's hottest shooters right now. He doesn't, and Hield nails a three. O'Quinn will hedge the pick and roll, leaving the rim vulnerable, so Melo needs to promptly rotate over since he's the back line of defense, but he doesn't, and Davis gets a dunk. It's basic stuff he's not doing. His man will set a pin down here, and on the curl, Melo needs to help out, but he doesn't, and it's a layup. Watch how lazy Melo is on this play. He's guarding Hardaway, but on the pass out, he is so slow closing out to him, and it's an open three. He definitely seems a step slower this year, and here he gets beat. And this is not exactly a great closeout. So those are the three main problems, but they also have other minor issues, and one being rotations. Here on the drive, Noah is late stepping up and it's a floater. This time it's Melo who's late rotating over. And like for most teams, the advanced rotations can give New York trouble. Here Baker does a nice job of dropping low to take away the dump-off pass, but Rose is late rotating over to the corner, and it's a corner 3. D. Rose's defense is not good, and here he goes under a screen against a good shooter. He strays a tad too far from Hardaway here, giving up the open 3. Shelvin Mack will drive to the basket, and ideally Rose will step up to take a charge, but that ain't happening. The Knicks are one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in the league as well, and Porzingis, for all his goodness, does not help in this department, and here he gets beat. He flops here, giving Terrence Jones the easy putback. Their transition defense isn't abysmal, but it's not good either, and here no one stops the ball, and Davis draws a foul. And watch how laughably no one picks up Jones in transition. One little thing I noticed is that Noah is so naturally inclined to help in the paint that when he switched onto a perimeter player, he still is going to help in the paint when he shouldn't, and this time he gives up the corner 3 to Rodney Hood. The same thing happened against the Hawks. What must be tough for Knicks fans is that they do show potential on D, where they have their moments, and here they'll precisely switch a screen, and Porzingis is agile enough to stick with a guard on the perimeter, and they force a very difficult shot. On the driving kick, they'll actually do a really nice job of rotating all around the perimeter, scrambling, taking away the 3-point shot, and they force a shot clock violation. The Jazz will run the same play we saw earlier where Hayward set a back screen and got an open shot, but this time the Knicks defend it well as they switch this back screen nicely and force the mid-range shot. But unfortunately, I doubt the Knicks turn it around as they just simply have too many defensive problems and they'll likely not make the playoffs. But let's end this video on a bright note as Ron Baker has good hands. This doesn't mean he'll ever be a contributing NBA player, and I am skeptical, but he gets deflections, and on this next play, he'll stunt at the ball and get a nice jump ball. Also, one way the Knicks can improve their defense is by giving more minutes to Sasha Vu. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.